Hello, I'm Brian Adamson, Executive Director of Training here at SurfSafeVPN, and today's video series is the guide to HTTPS versus a VPN. Now both of these have to do with internet security, although one is a bit more refined than the other. As you've noticed, every website you go to begins with HTTP:// www, so on and so forth, onto the website. However, the S appears only on a select number of websites, such as your email, your online banking, and e-commerce sites, places where you purchase things, Best Buy, Walmart, Macy's, that sort of thing. Now, as you go through those sites, for the most part, you would just see the HTTP without the S. But all of a sudden, when you get ready to check out, and you start putting in your sensitive information, such as your address, your name, your credit card information, this S will pop up, and that is telling you that that portion of the site is secure and encrypted. So nobody else is going to grab that information. It's not going to fall into the wrong hands in any way. Now this is done through something called an SSL, which is a secure socket layer. This is a certificate that the website provides, they purchase and then put into their programming. And basically what it does, it shields your raw data, that sensitive information that you don't want to get in the wrong hands. It basically encrypts it and encodes it so nobody else will ultimately steal it from you. This is good and bad because it can be broken. It's basically a communication between your computer and the server of the website saying, okay, we have an understanding, and it's actually called a handshake agreement between the two servers, or your computer and the server. And it's saying, okay, now it's time to encrypt this data. As I've said before, this is only website provided. It's only if a certain website actually purchases the SSL certificate and decides to use it. Now, the inherent flaw is, and here's the example, we have the laptop, which is on an HTTPS site, and it has your encrypted data stream, let's say as you're checking out or as you're checking your bank statement, what have you, and then your raw data stream. Now what can happen is if there's a hacker out there, and let's be honest, most things can be hacked that are on the internet, they can bust through this layer and get right to your raw data. So essentially, let's say we have our hacker, he or she can break right through that SSL and get to your raw data. Conversely, a VPN, or a virtual private network, is a little bit different and much more refined and much safer than simply using HTTPS. What it does, and here we have, again on this diagram, the laptop that is connected to a VPN, you have your encrypted data, you have your raw data stream. However, the difference is they both enter a secure encrypted tunnel, or a data tube, if you'd rather call it that. And it's encrypted in a military, or also known as a corporate grade level of encryption. That could be anywhere between 256 bits to 2048 bits of encryption. And this provides you with total internet security. The HTTPS, again, is only website provided, so once you get away from the website that has the S at the end of HTTP, then you're vulnerable again. You're basically unprotected in a sense. However, when you sign on or log onto the internet and go through a VPN, you're safe no matter where you go. So let's say we have the same hacker who's going to go and try to steal your information, and now you're using a VPN. So he wants to come and try to bust through this tunnel. He's going to come in, he's going to get blocked right here and get turned right around, because two things happen. The tunnel will notice automatically that somebody is trying to hack into it. It will shut itself down and then reroute itself through a different network of routers. And two, even if there were a super savvy hacker out there and they were to grab something out of this, your encrypted data stream, it wouldn't make any sense to them. It would be like taking your favorite novel, selecting a page at random, cutting out 2 sentences of that, and then trying to put that into context of really anything. It just would not make sense. So just to rehash, HTTPS, the S meaning secure or encrypted, going through an SSL certificate is web page provided or website specific while a VPN covers the entire internet and gives you total internet security. I do hope this helps to clear up a few the differences between HTTPS and a VPN. As always, if you have any questions, please feel free to email me anytime at Brian, B-R-I-A-N, at SurfSafeVPN.com. Thank you.